A modern AI model is incredibly smart and almost completely trapped. On its own, it can't read your files, query your database, check your GitHub, send a Slack message, or look at your calendar. It's a genius locked in a box. For years, getting it out of that box meant building messy, custom wiring for every single tool. Then Anthropic introduced one standard that changed everything. It's called MCP, the Model Context Protocol, and the easiest way to understand it is a USB-C port for AI. Here's the mess MCP was built to solve. You've got a bunch of AI apps on one side and a bunch of tools and data sources on the other. Before MCP, every app needed its own custom integration for every tool. 4 apps, 5 tools. That's 20 separate integrations to build, maintain, and update every time anything changes. Engineers call this the N by M problem. And it's worse than just the count. Every integration reinvented its own authentication, its own security, its own data format, and the AI couldn't even reliably discover what tools it had. There were earlier attempts like function calling and plugins, but those were locked to one vendor. A tool you built for one AI didn't work with any other. The whole thing was begging for a standard. Here's the core idea, and it's the same trick as USB-C before USB-C. Every device had its own weird charger. Then one universal port replaced them all. MCP does that for AI tools. Instead of N by M custom integrations, you build one MCP server for a tool once, and any MCP-compatible AI can plug in and use it instantly. Build once, use everywhere. And the key part, it's an open standard. Anthropic created it in late 2024, then donated it to the Linux Foundation, and now OpenAI, Google, and basically the whole industry support it. No single company owns it. One nuance: MCP doesn't replace the function calling underneath. It standardizes it, so tool definitions and security work the same way everywhere. So how's it built? 3 players. Learn these and you understand MCP. First, the host, the AI app you're actually using, like Claude Desktop or Cursor. The host is the boss. It manages the whole conversation with the model. Second, the client, the rule. The host creates one client for each tool it connects to. The client is a dedicated phone line, one client, one server, a private connection. Third, the server, the piece you build. An MCP server is a lightweight wrapper around one tool or data source. A GitHub server, a Postgres server, a file system server. It exposes that tool in the standard MCP language. And one detail that trips people up: the server never talks to the model directly. The model asks the host routes through the client talks to the server. That separation is what makes it secure and swappable. Under the hood, it all speaks JSON RPC, but the standard handles that for you. Now, what can a server actually offer? Everything boils down to 3 primitives. 1. Tools. These are actions, functions the AI can call to make something happen: send an email, insert a database row, open a pull request, charge a payment. Tools do things. They're the most powerful and the most security sensitive. 2. Resources. These are read-only data. The AI can look but not touch a file's contents, a database record, a project's docs. Context without the risk of changing anything. 3. Prompts. These are reusable templates, pre-written, parameterized instructions that standardize a common workflow, like a consistent code review format every time. The clean rule of thumb: Resources query, tools act, prompts standardize. Let's watch one real request. You ask your AI, what are my open GitHub issues? When it connected, the client already asked the server what can you do, and the server replied with a menu of its tools, each with a plain language description. That menu gets shown to the model. The model goes, I need the list issues tool and requests it. The host tells the client to call it. The server hits GitHub and grabs the data. The result flows back, and the model turns raw data into a clean human answer. You typed one sentence, and that whole dance happened underneath, every step speaking the same language. Here's why this matters so much. Because MCP is open and universal, an entire ecosystem exploded around it, thousands of ready-made servers for tools you already use. Every server someone builds instantly works with every compatible AI. It's moving fast. In 1 year, MCP became one of the fastest-growing open-source projects in AI. And in December 2025, Anthropic donated it to the Linux Foundation's new Agentic AI Foundation, co-founded with OpenAI and Block. The 2026 updates add remote, enterprise-ready servers and a registry so agents can discover servers automatically. One honest caution, though, because a server can run code and touch your data, a malicious or poisoned server is a real risk. The golden rule: only connect servers you actually trust. With great connectivity comes great responsibility. So that's MCP. It took the AI out of the box. One open standard, a USB-C port that lets any model plug into any tool through a host, a client, and a server, using tools, resources, and prompts. It's the wiring underneath almost every serious AI agent today. Subscribe for more AI engineering explained visually, and tell me in the comments, what's the first tool you'd want to give your AI access to?